Okay, so I'd like to start out by saying that I missed something in Easter Funnies. While it seems like the Easter Bunny returns at the end, it's really just Daffy Duck in a rabbit costume. Bugs and Granny even state their awareness of Daffy's disguise. I turned the video off soon after Bugs mentioned his agent, so I didn't know this. And honestly, who cares anyway? The video release still sucks. So when it comes to Thomas and Friends, my favourite home video is Chase's Races and Runaways from 1997. I couldn't think of a single positive aspect back in episode 7, but I know for sure I enjoyed it over everything else when I was younger. As for my favourite DVD in the series, that honour goes to the very best of Thomas and Friends, the very first DVD I ever bought dating back to August 2003. The first Thomas DVD, that is. My first DVD overall was Toy Story 2. Yay for history! Unfortunately, my DVD is severely damaged, so we're going to have to go without for this one. What we have here is 16 episodes from seasons 1 through 5, narrated by Ringo Starr and Sergeant Martin Donnelly. What we have in this jam-packed collection is Thomas and Gordon, James and the Coaches, Cranky Bugs, Rusty and the Boulder, Dirty Work, Paint Pots of Queens, Buzz Buzz, Thomas and Special Letter, Thomas Person and the Dragon, Trust Thomas, Thomas Comes to Breakfast, No Joke for James, Pop Goes the Diesel, Ghost Train, Percy Runs Away, and Gallant Old Engine. It really is a decent set of episodes. They're all stuck together in a jumbled order, but most of them work. Why they're out of order, I don't know. It can get really weird with Dirty Work coming before Pop Goes the Diesel, but other than that, the episode ordering isn't the worst thing in the world. No, you want to talk about horrible organisation, look at Biggest Party Video Ever. Yeah, I'll have to get to that one day. I'm sure it'll be something else. Now, as I said, when I reviewed Chase's Races and Runaways, I praised the video, calling it the best Thomas and Friends video I have ever owned. And yet, I was able to say very little about what makes it the best. Very Best of Thomas, on the other hand, I know exactly how this one wins over other DVDs. It has the episodes to entertain, sure, but where the DVD has always won in the past 15 years has been in the area of presentation, in this case, the DVD menus. You go into the episode selection and you have 3 pages featuring animated clips from Gordon, Thomas and Percy, alongside preview clips of every episode and short portions of classic episode music from 2 episodes, Thomas and Gordon and James and the Coaches. To most adults, a normal reaction will be, so what, it's just a DVD menu, get over it. But as a 10-year-old who just so happens to be a fan of this children's TV series, it amazes them and will keep them entranced for a long time. If I had to compare it to something non-Thomas related, it would have to be the Toon City period of Cartoon Network. Here in the UK, Toon City was launched in April 2005 and lasted until May 2007. That was 2 full years. Considering how much I watched Cartoon Network in those days, I easily took to the City look. It wasn't just those 2 hours of cartoons every night. The entire day's programming kept me entertained. Let's put it this way, my daily TV schedule revolves around Cartoon Network and occasional half-hour switches to Cartoon Network 2, Boomerang, Toon Disney and later Disney Cinemagic, the successor to Toon Disney. When you take the various eras of Cartoon Network, in this case the 3 eras between 2002 and 2009, and you compare the presentation style of them, Toon City wins over all others. Era 1, Casillas, was simply a series of boxes, each containing a certain cartoon that leads into the next box, essentially setting up a domino effect. As for the era preceding Toon City, whatever that era was called, the presentation and animation feels really bland to look at compared to an entire city housing hundreds of cartoon characters, many of whom you'd never expect to interact in a million years. When and where else would you see Mandy call Professor Utonium a dipshit for thinking he had locked himself out of his car? These days, in the ever-evolving world of home entertainment, presentation is super important. Take this DVD of A Million Ways to Die in the West. I absolutely despise title menus like this. A still background image with vague icons being used to illustrate play, movie and scene selection. They're becoming more and more common every day. I just fucking loathe them. Just the most boring and lazy designed menus I have ever seen. You compare that to the very best of Thomas and you immediately notice how appealing the DVD design is. It's all in the presentation. If you want to sell something, it not only has to entertain, but also has to look nice. You know, this video isn't as much about the very best of Thomas as it is the importance of presentation in home media. It's something that is incredibly easy to talk about. Next time we talk about something that may not be incredibly easy to talk about.